Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Chris, and this is my channel, Chris P44S. And today I'm going to be talking about my build for No Rest for the Wicked. This is my first character. I have another character that's more of a faith build, but I'm still building it and seeing kind of what's going to happen. I also don't know if, um, like, strength builds, dex builds, intelligence builds, faith builds are really going to be a thing in this game as much as like gear builds are going to be a thing, as much as like the different affix powers and stuff like that. I feel like that's going to be more of a thing in this game, and those may like combined with some of like the stats type builds a little bit, but I feel like this game is going to be a lot more about your gear than it's going to be about your stats, which sounds kind of funny. Like, obviously, stats are going to matter, but I feel like builds are going to revolve a lot more around the different affixes and stuff that are attached to your items in the game. So, with that being said, this is my this is my first character and my main character, and you can see my stats over here. Originally, they didn't look like this, but since we've been able to respec, I was able to hone them in quite a bit, and so now I have a heavy emphasis on health, strength, and dexterity. The only reason my strength is a little bit higher is because of the shields here. I like having the great shield. And for my first build, I thought like a sword and board build would be really good. And then I'm using Dex for the Talwar, which I think is one of the best one-handed swords in the game. And it's especially good for this build for sure, because this build is all about being aggressive and pretty much just mashing the left mouse button. So, and you're going to see, I'm going to run through a Crucible challenge, and you'll see what this is all about. So let's just take a look at my items. I have the Talwar. I actually have a really good roll on this item. You can see I have I think it's like the Ruby. The attack deal, I have 13% heat damage, and 15% is the top, so 13 is really good. I actually had a pretty good roll on like the base damage on the sword as well. I think it was a 21, and I think 22 is the highest, and then as I upgraded it, so I'm maybe missing one or two base damage points. But I do have, it does have chance to gain copper on kill, which is not super great, but it's fine. Obviously, nothing we're building around. We do have damage dealt increased by 21%, which is I think is really good because I think those top out at like 25%. Um, I'm kind of assuming I haven't looked at that much because it's all just trial and error at this point. But we also have gain 1% health on damage dealt, which is huge. Indestructible fine. Focus drains continually, completely fine, because this build isn't, we're not doing anything with focus. We're pretty much just leeching. So like if you had to name my build anything, it would just be like the life leech build, you know. And then we have the bow, which is really good. The bows are a lot better actually. um, they're just good in like situational spots to have the bows. So like that's why it really doesn't feel bad to have points on dexterity either. Let me see. I feel like I went through the challenges and stuff already. Um, and the bounties earlier today. But, yeah, we don't need anything. We're pretty much just going to go run a Crucible challenge and talk about my build. So, with that, let's just take a look at the armor real quick. My shield isn't anything great. Like, I'd love to replace it. I just have had such a really hard time finding good affixes for the shield. So this is just kind of the one I'm using right now. It really doesn't do anything, but obviously, you know, block for me, and then give me the reflects 3% damage taken, which is pretty good when you start compounding that with other affixes of the same. So it's decent. I would love to find something better, but I just haven't yet. Um, and like even something where like we get health points back on block would be fine. We have our Guardian Helm, where we have basically healing effects, health regeneration. The poise defense is really, really good, and then reflects 3 damage. So really, like what we're looking at with a lot of our armor pieces is ways to increase our health or ways to increase healing effect. So we have that here. We also hit with our armor, and then we have armor increase and some stamina regeneration. We have in our gloves. My big pet peeve with the gloves is all the gems really suck unless you're parrying. So like if you don't have a build while you're parrying, like the only good gem for gloves is like the armor shard, and like it just, or the feather, I guess, if you want to drop weight. But here we have like some equipment load perks with the equip load and item weight. And then the one that's really good here is to the 14% stamina refill. That's clutch. I feel like that's a really, really great line. Really good affix to have. But we also have the Jade Ring, gain 6% stamina on damage dealt. So both of these really help us get our stamina back up and keep our stamina up. And that's something we want with this build too. And then with our legs, we have the feather on it. Only because I think I needed that when I initially got them. Oh, hold on. I'm just going to cover it. Excuse me. I've actually been sick like last week and the week before, so I'm just getting better now. You have to excuse me. So we have healing effects, poise defense, and then reflects damage. Like this is just a really great set of legs. I wish I could re-gem them and destroy the gem. Like that would be really cool if you could re-gem at the Enchantress. But you would just lose whatever gem was in there. And then we're rocking the Plague Rings. I mean, this is like the huge, like, sending it home on this build. Gain health, lose focus on damage dealt. That's just going to be huge. And you're going to see, so, like, pretty much our build, we're just going to be, like I said, just mashing. We're just going to be mashing the freaking left mouse button. So let's see, we're at like 6 minutes now after talking about the build. We'll see how fast we can fly through this. I'm hoping to make the video like 20 minutes long or whatever. And we're gonna see. So there's actually like some similar builds to this too, but I feel like this one just works out super, super well. Obviously, like right now as the game is, like the Serum Crucible is gonna be pretty much the hardest thing you're gonna actually do in the game, and mostly because of the end boss. Yeah, so you can just see, I mean, like, nothing's even gonna touch us in this. Well, I mean, it'll touch us, but it's not gonna do anything crazy. Like, enemies can hit me and stuff, but because I have, like, such high HP, we're just really just gonna be, like, walking right through most of this. I am gonna take a little bit of time just to, like, open the chests and stuff, but... Ooh, silver pickaxe. I should really give that silver pickaxe to my other character. That's another thing I really like about the game too, is they have like the community stash, and you can actually like swap. I mean, for anybody who hasn't thought about it yet, you can swap your like items over to your other character like super easy, just by switching the realms, like leaving stuff in the community chest and then switching the realms over. Switching realms too, like just in case you don't know, is a really good way to find rings. If you want to, because there's the merchant that sells like the general goods or whatever, and typically he'll have like a ring for sale like every day, and like if you're looking for certain rings, that's a good way just to go from one, like go to one realm, look at what rings are for sale, go to another realm, look at the rings that are for sale, and then, you know, do it that way instead of trying to like go search for them in the game, although like typically it's pretty easy. Another thing I've been trying to do is I try to keep like multiples. I try to keep like multiples of the same rings in like in one of the boxes at my house, just because like if you want to do a build at any point, you can you know, just you can stack rings, and it works really well. Like I said, like with having the double plague rings, like you can see my health just comes back super fast. Like even with this guy, like I mean, we can like just eat the hits, and then because we have so much health, we get so much health back. Like we can't just eat hits from everybody, but like I said, we can't just eat hits from everybody. Like even like the boss, the last boss here, like you still have to dodge and stuff, but you can pretty much like the nice thing about this build too is like even like through the story like mode or like even through these like um okay, I feel like that should have been a back shot, but whatever. We don't do back shots here apparently. You know what other ring I would like to see too, like just in case any of the developers are watching, is the like a ring for fall damage. I think would be really good. Because like I said, like if you fall from up there too, like you may or may not die. You know, it's just weird. Like the fall damage gets like compounded really heavily. I feel like. But what I was saying is like even with this build, like with the Tall War, you can just run through enemies. I kind of also wish that there was a way to like do more poise damage. Like there was an affix for that. Cause like if I could get more poise damage on this thing, because like I'm swinging with it so much, I feel like we could stagger enemies. I feel like stagger and then like doing poise damage, I feel like are two different things. Like I feel like stagger is just like making them flinch maybe, and then I also low-key feel like I made my stamina too low. Like I put my stamina back down to like 15. And I feel like there's sometimes where it just gets a little bit too low, so you do have to pay attention. What are you doing, bro? Yeah, it's just like I mean, like with this build, like you barely even need to like ever eat, you know. That's like the cool part about it. And that's what makes it so good. I feel like that attack should get nerfed. Because I feel like before when I didn't have as much health, like that attack where they push you down and then swing on you, you can't, you get no break, you know? But it's like 2 or 3 hits, and like our health bar is all the way back up. Yeah, sorry about all the coughing. I'm gonna have to take a sip of some of this ginger ale real quick. Take a little ginger ale break. Oh, shoot. Broken vows grieves. I broke my vows. Yeah, so we're just gonna, we got this level and then like one more, I'm pretty sure. And then we should be boss time. I also do think like the Tall War is like definitely like low-key like one of the best one-handed weapons in the game. Like it has to be, especially for this build. Like there's probably stuff that's like stronger, but I feel like as far as like raw DPS, like just the attack sequence that it has is just so powerful. And this is the same thing like with the decks. Like I wanted to do a build that was just like bows. That was like just completely ranged. And part of me would still really like to do it. I just don't really even know that I need to, you know. Having like this like multi-class kind of build where you have strength and it's crazy. That guy said all serum are born dead, but now he's dead. It just doesn't get any easier than this. I actually tried to do this build before without 2 plague rings, and it just like, it was just so hard. And that's kind of like what I was saying earlier. It's like I feel like a lot of these builds in this game are going to be they're just going to depend completely on gear. And I know that's like a pretty popular thing for like end game ARPGs like Diablo and Path of Exile and stuff like that. But I don't know. I still don't think that that brings this game into the realm of being like a hardcore gamer. Like you're only gonna have fun if you're a hardcore gamer, you know. All right, so let's eat something first. So we're just gonna eat the where the heck is it? We want one of the health boosts. I don't know if I even have one in here. There should be one that increases health by 45. Oh, the sirloin platter. Yeah, that's what we want. So we're going to use one of this, and then that's just going to bring our HP up a little bit because we had the rest bonus. We probably don't really even need to do that. And then we're just going to put the Hearth Stew on for healing because we're probably still going to heal sometimes. And we're just going to buff up. Oh, we don't have any. We don't have. Oh, we have some. I'm also going to use my damage surge down here. Because we're going to use the focus. Like the damage surge rune is just really, really good. Obviously, we can only use it when we're like using potions and stuff. I thought I rolled that. So, like, it's still important to dodge here, but not, like, 100% necessary. But once we break his poise, like, we're just going to be tearing. This guy's in a really bad spot because, like, we still don't want to, like, stand in the flame, you know? Yeah, you're about to go to sleep, son. So we did get a little sloppy there fighting that guy, but it's pretty okay. Where we were taking like more hits than we need to. You also don't really like want to fight that guy against the edge. Because we don't want to like accidentally like throw ourselves off the ledge, you know? Yeah, apparently it's not letting me dodge any of these attacks right now either. Which is fine. But like that's why you want all the health, you know. And I feel like we did that pretty fast, so this thing sucks. Like I don't know, is there only like one unique great shield? Or is there like multiple, you know? This is the only like unique great shield I found so far, and in my opinion, like it's pretty booty. I'm not like a super big fan. Let's see what else we get out of here. There should be like a couple more uniques, or at least one. In the big chest over there. Blood rusted sword. Solid piece. Midnight knife. Damage increased by 20% against enemies affected by electricity. It's pretty cool. Increased focus on backstab and parry. It's cool. It's a nice piece, nice piece. I have like the dual blades one. I feel like is really good. It like lets you move faster and stuff. I think it's pretty solid. But yeah, I mean this build, honestly, like you could see, like I honestly made like tons of mistakes there against the boss.
I wish I could have met him.
But like it doesn't even matter, you know. And that's pretty much like my life steal or my life leech build. You can just take a look at it again. Like the Tall War is has such a good attack sequence where you can just keep stringing it along. You can also build this, or you can buy it. I mean, from the blacksmith right here. So it just makes it like a really easy weapon to keep buying, and then just to keep like you can buy like 10 of them at a time and just keep rolling the enchants and keep infusing and stuff like that. And it's just such a solid weapon, and it works really well with this build. Like I said, I could use a different shield, and then the biggest thing with the armor is like just getting as much armor as you can, and getting as much HP and the healing effects increase affix. That just works the best for sure. So just let me know what you guys think of this build in the comment section below, and if you're looking for more builds. Like I said, I'm working on a Faith one, and I don't really know like where that's gonna land the build itself, and like what kind of stuff is gonna open up to me. It might be like, I don't know, it might be like somewhat magic based. I'm not really sure yet. I haven't seen tons of big weapons that are like 42 faith, you know. So we'll just see where it lands, and you know, we'll be keep making more videos. And if you want to see more No Rest for the Wicked videos, just comment below in the comment section, and I'll do more. With that said, I'll catch up with you guys in the next one. See you.